Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Asian Psycho, and this is going to be the second episode for the Skorpion family, and I've taken a little change because I hadn't anticipated Nexon releasing dual Skorpions for the supply drop on today, which is Wednesday. I had expected them to come out with this later this week on Friday, but looks like my prediction wasn't necessarily true, so I've decided to change my video scheduling up a little bit, and I'm gonna be bringing you guys a dual Skorpion review right now, because they're out for a supply drop, and some of you do want to know whether or not the dual Skorpions are worth getting or not. So let's get this review kicked off. So once again, I did get these dual Skorpions when they first came out for a preview sale about 2 weeks ago, and now that they are out for the supply drop sale, it is available for a permanent duration for 2 weeks only, and that's it. So if you guys do want to get permanent dual Skorpions, get them within the next 2 weeks, and they're yours. So yeah, that's basically the little background information on the dual Skorpions. And obviously, as the name suggests, dual Skorpions. You have two of them. So that means you're going to be dual-wielding them, and you're going to be unleashing hell on everyone you meet. So let's get on to straight into the damage, or the overall statistics of the dual Skorpions. Now, I don't know how Combat Arms Wiki did receive the numerical statistics of the dual Skorpions, but they have it on there. You can go check it out yourself on the Combat Arms Wiki if you search up on their search bar dual Skorpions, and if you click on the article, the article will give you all the cold hard stats of the dual Skorpions, and I'm going to trust on this one because having some numbers is better than having none at all. So let's get started. So the damage, Combat Arms Wiki states that the damage on the dual Skorpions is a very high 36. This means that the dual Skorpions deal 36 damage, which means that it is pretty much on par with all its other NX standard submachine guns that we've seen before. And I don't know how I died right there. So it's got the same damage as your CZ Skorpion. Fits. Your FNG9 Magpul and T2, your MySCF, they all have the same damage now. So obviously, just going straight by the damages, dual Skorpions do have a significant increase just coming over from the original Skorpion, the one, the GP standard one that you can only have one of. And yeah, the damage is very, very good on this dual Skorpions, coupled with its insane rate of fire. Yeah, you're gonna probably be doing some serious DPS there with the dual Skorpions. So portability is surprisingly, well, not really surprisingly, but it is understandably lowered from the Skorpion's original 88. It now has only 75 portability according to Combat Arms Wiki, which is understandable because you're holding two Skorpions, so it's not as it's not really light at all, even though I'm sure the Skorpions in real life are pretty light as well. In this game anyway, you do have two of them, so it does kind of make sense that your portability is going to have to go down a little bit. So 75 portability, that's still very, very good as a general weapon, because all of this, all other assault rifles can't match that portability. So portability on this dual Skorpion is still very good. Rate of fire. The rate of fire has not changed because they are dual Skorpions. It doesn't really make sense to change the rate of fire, is it? So technically speaking, dual Skorpions do have 90 rate of fire, but you must think of them as having double the rate of fire, because pretty much essentially you have two Skorpions that you're using, which makes sense, dual Skorpions. So let's see, that's why you have double the rate of fire. In a sense, you can think of it. You can think of the sheer firepower, in terms of damage and rate of fire combined, as pretty much you have pocket miniguns. The dual Skorpions can easily match the minigun, if not exceed it in terms of sheer firepower. But except, you can think of it as like a minigun with a lot less ammo, and the fact that you kind of need to reload it, and it's also a lot faster, and it's a lot more portable than your heavy ass M134 minigun. So you can basically think of this as like your pocket minigun of sorts. And best of all, you don't even need a spec to use the dual Skorpions. So rate of fire, extremely good, because pretty much you have two Skorpions. Skorpions shoot fast, or shoot like really fast anyway. You have double of them, yeah, you know what happens. So accuracy, according to Combat Arms Wiki, the accuracy on the dual Skorpions has decreased by 1 point over the original, the GP standard Skorpion. Sorry if I sound a little bit funny, my throat's been acting up lately. And moving on. The accuracy on the dual Skorpions is still surprisingly very good, but because of its sheer recoil and rate of fire, I don't think accuracy will matter at all. Like, I've tried tap firing with dual Skorpions at middle range, it doesn't really work. So, unless I get a lot of, which in that case, I would, you know, it might work. But tap firing, the thing about tap firing with dual Skorpions, I'll get into more detail in a second here. But the thing with tap firing with dual Skorpions is that because you have two Skorpions, technically the game will consider one click to be the equivalent of shooting 2 bullets. So I'll get into what that means in a second here. But anyways. The recoil on the dual Skorpions is understandably higher than your regular Skorpion, and it had been increased from 67 or from 65 to 67. Now, why they didn't, you know, have a higher numerical statistic for the recoil is beyond me, but from this gameplay, I hope you guys can notice just how much recoil these dual Skorpions have. Because you essentially have 2 Skorpions, that doubles your rate of fire, your damage dealt with dual Skorpions, and on top of that, your recoil. I mean, the recoil was already bad enough on just one Skorpion. Now you have double the amount of recoil spread, the recoil kickback, and just overall just controllability over your the recoil of the dual Skorpions is just gonna go out of the it's just gonna just blast the ceiling off the roof, if that makes any sense. It's just not you just don't even think about controlling the recoil on the dual Skorpions. It's not going to be possible. That's why the dual Skorpions is pretty much geared solely for close quarters combat. You must use it for close quarters combat. Anywhere else, you're pretty much fucked. So it's going to rape shit up totally, and without question at close quarters combat, just don't use it for anything else. Let's see, moving on to the other trivial stuff, Tapfire Ability. Now, what I want to elaborate about the Tapfire Ability of the dual Skorpions is that when you click once for each shot with the dual Skorpions, you actually fire 2 bullets instead of 1, and that's obviously because you have 2 Skorpions. And technically speaking, along these lines, you would think that, you know, no matter how long you spray with dual Skorpions, it's always going to end on an even number. Well, one of my subscribers has pointed out to me that in one of my live commentaries that I featured dual Skorpion gameplays, or that I featured dual Skorpion gameplay in, that he pointed out that at one point in the video, I actually ended up with an odd number of bullets. So I'm not really too sure how that happened, but I'm sure it's like a coding error or like a coding bug within the game itself. But I mean, you shouldn't really worry about it too much. It's just that when you're trying to tap fire with dual Skorpions, it's not going to really do anything because your guns will fire 2 bullets at once, basically. And just the recoil from those 2 bullets alone will just knock off your aim immediately. So it's not like you can tap fire people at middle range anyway. So try good luck with that. Moving on to the sprint drawback. Sprint drawback is like the original Skorpion in that it's pretty slow actually for a submachine gun especially. So do be careful when you're sprinting around with these, because you know you might be caught, you know, with your pants down. Someone might jump out of the corner and start spraying at you, and you need those dual Skorpions to be at the ready so you can just spray them as soon as you see someone. So do keep that in mind. The sprint drawback isn't necessarily the greatest. Draw speed. The draw speed is not very good at either, because I mean you have to pull out those Skorpions, and even though it does have a completely silent draw animation, the time that it takes for you to take out your dual Skorpions is kind of lengthy compared to other submachine guns anyway, especially compared to your original Skorpion. So do always have the dual Skorpions at the ready. It's just a good, you know, it's just a good habit to have whenever you're running around with these. Center speed. The center speed is pretty slow for dual Skorpions because obviously, you know, they actually, I'm not gonna say they're slow because it's actually quite fast as with the original Skorpions. I said that it was slow because of the sheer fact that it just takes so damn long to reload them, which is the next thing I'm going to talk about. But apparently I confused those two. So the center speed on the dual Skorpions is just like its original variant, the GP standard Skorpion, in that it's pretty fast, meaning that you can knock down people in quick succession very quickly. But however, the reload speed is where you can really be taken that's your main weakness. Dual Skorpions do take a long time to reload, especially considering that these are supposed to be submachine guns. So I mean, it's understandable because it's like a balancing feature. I mean, you can't really, it doesn't make any sense for these akimbo weapons that are super powerful and super OP at short range to have like a incredibly fast reload speed, just like in Call of Duty. But because this isn't Call of Duty, thankfully, the Dual Skorpions do have quite a lengthy reloads process. So do be careful of that. Make sure you're well protected in an area where you know you're not going to get shot at with the while you're reloading Dual Skorpions. I mean, it only takes like 2.5 or 3 seconds, but even still, that's still enough time for anyone else to kill you right away. Fire modes, it's only available in one fire mode. That's fully automatic. Duh. Luck is pretty much through the roof as well. Half the damn time I get headshots with this thing, so just if you're caught out in the open and you're at middle range combat distance, then try spraying for the head. You might get them, but lottos in order to get lottos with the Dual Skorpions on like a consistent basis, you need to be firing at people at close quarters combat. That's where you're gonna get the most amount of headshots. Duh. Ammo capacity. The ammo capacity is surprisingly, I was taken back by surprise when because I thought the Dual Skorpions would only have 40 rounds total, because you know Dual Skorpions usually only have 20 rounds per magazine anyway. So I thought next time would kind of go with that, but next one kind of surprised me by giving the Dual Skorpion 120 bullets total, which is the same as your normal standard submachine gun, especially your Skorpion, because Skorpion also has 120 bullets total ammo capacity. And instead, basically Dual Skorpions is just adding one more Skorpion but keeping the same amount of ammo that you start with. So that's why it has 60 rounds out of 60. So there you go. Moving on to the key physical characteristics. It's just basically your original Skorpion, except you just have 2 of them. So it's simple. Muzzle noise. Muzzle noise sounds exactly like the same as the Skorpions, except you hear 2 of them at the same time. So it's pretty intense if you listen to them at close range. Next up is the attachment options. You can't really attach anything. In fact, you can't. So unfortunately, you can't really customize them with any sort of modification. So there you go. Moving on to the whether or not it's fire team worthy. I would actually say that the Dual Skorpions are probably really good at fire team. Not only do they have the sheer amount of DPS in order to take zombies out like really quickly, but also because they're categorized as submachine guns, they're also able to pick up the yellow, just the standard yellow ammo boxes that are available for only the assault rifle, like assault rifles and submachine guns. So you can definitely do a lot of work in fire team, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be the best choice for you to bring along Dual Skorpions into fire team, because especially into zombie fire teams, because first of all they take a long time to reload, which may not be a problem because you might be good at skirting zombies around, like leaving a rape train, the syndicate rape train, and but my main problem is that you might just run out of ammo way too quickly, because pretty soon you're gonna be bogged down in a situation. Okay, so where can I get my next ammo pack? And I don't really want to, me personally, I don't really want to have to think about that all the damn time. Just keep shooting until my gun stops firing and I realize, oh, I need to get more ammo. I don't really have to worry about, oh, I always need to get ammo with every reload. So yeah, that's just my take on it. And quarantine, well, I'm not too sure. I mean, it can definitely blow zombies really far away, but because of its sheer rate of fire, but you don't have much ammo to start with, so I don't know. It's up to you. So there you go. So now for my frank personal opinions, the Dual Skorpions, if you are a very CQC oriented, you're just a huge rusher like I am. I really love to rush. I hate camping because that's quite honestly just boring for me. And if you're a huge fan of like close quarters combat, you're a huge fan of submachine guns, and you just like to rush in general, the Dual Skorpions are meant for you, because even though the Dual Skorpions have insane recoil, even though they have insane rate of fire, all that is pretty negligible if you're shoving these things down your enemies' throats at really close range and like right up in their faces. It doesn't really matter at that point because you're just gonna be blowing everyone to hell. So the Dual Skorpions will kill anyone faster than anything else in this damn game, except for maybe the minigun itself. But you do need to understand that it does have its drawbacks, and its drawbacks are that it has low ammo, because if you think about it, because of its high rate of fire, you're going to be burned through your ammo really quickly, so you better learn how to manage your ammo wisely so you can kill the most amount of people that you can, because I mean, unless you have resourceful, then you're gonna constantly run out of ammo, especially if you know how to keep yourself alive. So that, and it has slow draw animation, it has slow sprint drawback, but also most importantly, it has a very slow reload animation. So all these things you need to take into account. But if you make sure that none of these disadvantages bog you down, then dual Skorpions will probably be your best close quarters weapon ever. I mean, ever. It's better than the freaking M4 Super 90. It's better than the Maxes, for God's sake. Dual Skorpions is beast. Let me just get that straight. Dual Skorpions is, quite frankly, I don't care if people call this overpowered, because, quite honestly, it just may as well be overpowered. So, there you have it. If you want the Dual Skorpions, get them now. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Agent Psycho. Hope you guys have enjoyed this Dual Skorpions review, because I did kind of bring it forward a little bit in my uploading schedule, because, you know, of the whole supply drop and whatnot. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Agent Psycho, aka Toadsummer98, and I will see you guys later with the rest of the Skorpion reviews. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. A couple of things I forgot to mention, now that I think about it now, a few hours after doing the initial commentary, is that I forgot to mention its damage drop-off. The damage drop-off on the dual Skorpions is very, very severe. You'll find that even if you just expend your entire ammo stock, you'll find that you probably, sometimes if you don't get a headshot, you can't even kill a single person at middle range combat with all your ammo. So at middle range combat, the damage drop off is quite severe. So I would just recommend you guys just stick to the dual Skorpions' intended range, which is close quarters combat. So don't try it beyond that, because you're probably not going to kill anyone unless you get headshots. Another thing I forgot to mention about was the fact that some of you guys kind of wondered about how the dual Skorpions fire. In order to fire the dual Skorpions, you just left click. They're not, unlike Call of Duty, Combat Arms is akimbo Skorpions. There is no individual firing of your weapons. You don't have any choice in this. You have to fire both weapons at once. So it's not like there's a left fire and a right fire. If you right click with the dual Skorpions, it doesn't do anything. So that's how it fires basically. So I know some of you guys are gonna be bummed out by that, but you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it. So I don't really mind. So whatever. Also, big shout out to bigger YouTube commentator by the name of Driftor. I know he loves dual Skorpions, so this one goes to him in honor of all that he's done for not only the Call of Duty community, but the video game community in general. So if Driftor ever plays Combat Arms, I'm sure these are going to be his weapons of choice. So anyways, guys, this is the end of the review, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Actually, before I forget, or before I go, as of right now, I still haven't received messages from the people who won the dual Skorpions. I did get a message from someone, but I don't think it's legit. So, you know who you are who sent me that message. I don't think you're trustworthy. So, I'm going to wait until I actually get messages from those actual accounts that I had announced earlier today. So, yeah, if those people do not respond within 3 days, for me anyway, that's until Friday or Saturday, then I'm going to hold another contest, an in-game contest this time, to see who will win those 2 pairs of dual Skorpions. So keep an eye out for that, if in case those people do not come up to claim their prize. And yeah, have a good night, guys, and I'll see you guys later.